Let's troubleshoot the no suitable HTTP message converter found for response type error. This frustrating error means your Spring application can't find a way to convert the data your server is trying to send back to the client, like a web browser or another application. This usually happens because there's a mismatch between the data type your server is returning and what the client expects, or because the necessary converter isn't properly configured in Spring. Here's a breakdown of how to fix this. 1. Identify the response type. First, pinpoint the exact type of data your controller is returning. Is it a string, a JSON object, a custom object, a list of objects, or something else? The error message usually tells you the offending type. Examine the @response body or @rest controller annotated method in your controller to confirm. 2. Check your dependencies. Spring uses HTTP message converters to handle different data formats like JSON, XML, and plain text. Make sure you have the necessary dependencies in your pom.xml, Maven, or build.gradle file. For JSON, you'll need Jackson DataBind or similar JSON library. If you're using XML, add the appropriate XML dependency. Double-check the versions. Conflicts between different dependencies can cause this problem. This might involve cleaning and rebuilding your project to ensure the dependencies are correctly resolved. 3. Verify the @response body annotation, or @rest controller. This annotation tells Spring to convert the return value of your controller method into a suitable format for the client. Ensure this annotation is present on your controller method if you're intending to return data directly from the method. If you're using @rest controller, Spring automatically handles this for simple types. 4. Inspect your controller method. Carefully examine the return type of your controller method. Is it correctly specified? If you're returning a custom object, ensure it's correctly annotated with @data or @getter and @setter using Lombok or equivalent, so Jackson can correctly serialize it. Check for any typos or inconsistencies. 5. Content negotiation. Spring uses content negotiation to determine the best format to send the response based on the accept header in the client's request. If your client is expecting JSON, but your server is configured only to send XML, you'll get this error. Ensure your server is capable of producing the format the client requests. You can check the server logs to see what content type the server is actually trying to send. 6. Custom converters. For unusual data types, you might need to create a custom HTTP message converter. This is less common but necessary for truly unique data formats. You'll need to implement the HTTP message converter interface and register your custom converter with Spring's message converters bean. This requires more advanced Spring knowledge. 7. Examine server logs. The server logs often contain more detailed information about the error, including the exact response type that caused the problem. Thoroughly investigate the server logs to gain a clearer picture of what's going wrong. This often provides vital clues missed in the initial exception message. 8. Restart your application. After making any changes to your code or dependencies, make sure to restart your Spring application to ensure the changes take effect. This simple step often resolves seemingly intractable problems. By systematically addressing these points, you can effectively diagnose and fix the no suitable HTTP message converter found for response type error in your Spring applications. Remember, thorough investigation of the error message and server logs is crucial for pinpointing the exact cause.